Select the window. That's not the one I want. Okay, today I would like to talk about the handshake problem, what I call the handshake problem. And we can do an example with, let's say, 5 students. So the question is, or we could do 10. Question is, you have 10 students in a room. I'll put it up here for you. Handshake question. There are 10 people in a room. They all want to meet each other. Excuse me. And meetings. We can count a meeting by a handshake / handshakes are required for everyone to meet everyone else. That's the question. Okay. So normally, I like giving these at the beginning of classes a lot of times. Gives people an excuse to meet each other. It's a good problem to have students discuss together, and also encourages them to meet each other. They can also meet each other. In general, when I do this, there are 2 methods students come up with for solving the problem. So method 1, if there are 10 people in the room, and if I'm one of the person, I shake hands with everyone else. So I shake 9 hands. Everyone shakes 9 other hands. So there are 10 people, and each person shakes 9 hands. So there's 10 times 9 equals 90 handshakes. Makes sense, doesn't it? There are 10 people, and every person is going to shake 9 hands. So that's 10 times 9, or 90 handshakes. Some students, though, look at it differently. They say, okay, there's 10 people. The first person shakes everyone else's hand, shakes 9 hands. The second person, well, they already shook hands with the first person, so they only have to shake the other people. They shake. Second person shakes 8 more hands. Because the first person has already shaken hands with everybody. So the second person doesn't need to shake hands with the first person. They just need to shake hands with everybody else. And so forth. The third one, the third person shakes, well, they've already shaken hands with the first person and the second person. And of course, they don't have to shake with themselves. That's 3 people out, so there's 7 left. 7 hands. And you may be seeing a pattern here. I'll keep going through it though. Let's see. The fourth person shakes 6 more hands. The fifth person shakes. 5 more hands. 4th person. Let's see, we've already shakes 4 hands. 4. The 5th person. What am I doing? Ah, that should be the 6th person. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. This should be the 6th person. 1 more hands. 7th person. 3 more. And shakes. 8th person. Just has persons 9 and 10 to shake with. 2 more. And shakes. 9th person. 1. And this is a good thing to do with the, 1. Oh, they only have the 10th person to shake with. 1 more handshake. And the 10th person, everybody has already shaken hands with them. So there are 0. So all together, we have, let's make this a little bit bigger. We have, so the first person did 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0 handshakes. So now we just have to add those numbers up. So for 10 people, we have to add up the numbers from 0 to 9. And you can pause this and work it out. We start when we're ready. I get 45. So the total is 45. There we go. 2 different methods. But wait, they got 2 different answers, didn't they? They both make sense, I think. In the second method, you can draw the 10, you can list them out. I didn't do that here, to list them out to see. Why did the second one only get 45 and the first one get 90? And questions you can ask are things like, are those numbers related? How does 45 compare to 90? And why did we get 2 different answers? Because they both make sense. It's a good thing for discussion. So the next thing that you want to do is to see, okay, we need to decide what is the actual answer. Is it 45 handshakes or is it 90? Why are they different? So from there, I would go to making a chart. And I'm going to draw the chart. So I'm going to do a chart, and I'm going to let N be the number of people. And H of N, I'm going to use a little bit of algebra terminology. H be the number of handshakes for N people. H is the number of handshakes. So for instance, you can draw pictures, or if you're doing it in the class, you can have the students actually come up. If I have 1 person, if I have 1 person, well, they don't have to shake hands with anybody. So there's 0 handshakes. If we bring in the second person, they say hi. Oh, this is looking a little better. So they say hi and they have to shake hands. Let's change the color for the handshake. And then shake hands with the line between 100% shaking hands. Okay. And that's it. Just 1 handshake, isn't it? 2 people. And this, again, this is a good thing if you have actual physical students in the class, you can have 2 people come up. 1 handshake, they're done. They both met each other. Now a 3rd person comes along. Oh, a 3rd person. A 3rd person wants to meet everybody. Hello, here I am. Meet everybody. So the other 2 have already met. We've got that 1 handshake right there, right? So that's 1, but now we're going to have You shake hands with this one, and you shake hands with that one. So with the third person, we now have a total of 3 handshakes. Oops, I need to go back to the room. 3 handshakes. All right. Any ideas? And I would ask, any ideas, stop and think about it. For a fourth person, you bring in a fourth person. How many more handshakes are needed? Keep them over here so you got more people to add in. Fourth person, and let's see, we've already got 3, right? And back to my handshake color. Maybe I'll get a little different color so you can see the names. So they've got to shake hands with this person, and this person, and this person. 4. That was 3 more handshakes. On a total of 6. And so I can keep track of this. I'm going to say 3. This. We take the original 3, and we add in 3 more. All right, let's move on to 5 people. And the idea is to look for a pattern. 5 people. 5th person, how many more handshakes will we need? We know we've already got 6. Oh, bracket equals 6 here. We've already got 6 handshakes. And here comes person 5. In fact, I'm just going to write down. I'm going to write the 6 down here. But now, how many more handshakes? Now this 5th person comes in the room and they want to shake hands with everybody. So we've got to shake hands with everybody. So we've got to shake hands with this person, this person, this person, and this person. Oh, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 more. 4 more. 6 plus 4, 10 handshakes with 5. You might want to pause the recording and see what you get for 6. And the chart, studying the chart. 6 people. Now we already know we needed. Oh, and by the way, I wonder if these numbers match either of the formulas we had before. What you might want to do is create another column here and have method 1 and method 2. I don't have much room. You might want to do that on your paper. Method 1 said, you take the, 2 people, and each person shakes hands with 1 person. Oh, method 1 would get 2, because each person shakes hands with 1. Method 2 would be, for 10 people, we did 0 to 9. So for method 2, we would do 0 plus 1. For method 1, we would do 3 people times 2 equals 6. So that one's off again. Here we do 1. Add up the numbers up to 2 plus 2. So this one, so it looks like method 2 is working, doesn't it? But the question is, method 1, you do 4 times 3 is 12. Here you do 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. So what do you think? Which one do you think is well, one of them work? 4, we would do 1 plus 2 plus 3. See, 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 3 is 6. Ah, method 2 seems to be working. But before we abandon method 1, problem is method 1 is, the thing I like about method 1 is it's very easy to calculate. I just take the number of people times the number of people minus 1, and I get my answer. Very easy. The other one, I have to add a bunch of numbers. Say method 1 is n times n minus 1. Method 2 is 1 plus 2. We add up all the numbers up to 1 less than 1. Plus dot, dots, dot, plus n minus 1. 1 less, because right, the first person only shakes. Shake with yourself. It's work to do. So at this point, we can keep going down to 10, but I'm going to stop here with the process and just say, how do these compare? Well, I notice that method 1 is always twice method 2. It's twice the actual answer. So one thought is that I could use method 1, but divide by 2. That might be easier than adding all those numbers. So we do method 1 star. Means you say, take all the people, and we'll do it with 10 first. Take all the people, and each person shakes hands with everybody else, so 1 less than the number. But then, for some reason, you divide by 2. And that gives you the same answer as method 2. Step right. Equals 90 divided by 2 is 45. It gave us the same answer that we got with method 2. Now, the thing I like with this is this one is much easier for me to calculate than adding 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 8 plus 9. I might make a mistake adding all those numbers. This one, there's a lot less steps, so it's easier. So there we go. So method 1 star seems to work. Of course, the thing you want to think about is why? Why are they dividing by 2? And that's something you might want to think about a little bit. Why do we divide by 2? And usually, however you want to put it in general, the reason we divide by 2 is because when I shake hands with you, you are also shaking hands with me. It's one handshake, but if I say that's 1 for me and 1 for you, it's getting counted double. When I say 10 people each shake hands with 9 people, my shaking hands with you is counted 1 for me, but you shaking, it's counted 1 for you. That makes sense. So, because each handshake, one handshake is counts for 2 people. And 1 handshake for 2 people. So divide by 2. One handshake. Should take 2. For 2 people. So to generalize, as soon as I finish writing this, 1 handshake for 2 people. To generalize, if we have n people, we would want n. Oh, sorry. So take that. Doesn't go. Okay, so generalize. Did I lose everything? To generalize, for n people, there would be n, we'd add up the numbers, n times, each person would shake hands with everybody else, 1 less than themselves, but each handshake counts for 2 people. So we would have this general formula. And I would say H, if we want to write something, H of n H meaning the number of handshakes for N people is N times N minus 1. Everybody shakes hands with everybody else, not themselves. Divided by 2. And that's stop writing. Oh, the last one too. Divided by 2. There we go. Okay, stop. And I will stop there.